Hello, bounty hunters, and welcome back to another episode of the Notorious solo RPG playthrough. We are going to continue our story of Draven Stormstrike as they hunt down Myrix Venomtil, their first bounty. You may be wondering if this is going on at the same time as Orin Dusk's adventures, and more or less we could probably gather that since everyone is doing things on their own time, maybe more or less they are. But nevertheless, let's continue with exploration number 3. Alright, let's see where we find ourselves for exploration number 3. Alright, well, we don't have a notoriety higher than 6, or 6 or higher, so let's take a look here. If your notoriety is 6 or higher, you encounter a lead. Otherwise, roll once on the exploration events table. And to find out what table we're rolling on, let's roll that d6 to see that we are going to table number 2. Alright, exploration number 2. Let's see what we get. Out in the wilds, you see smoke rising on the horizon and discover a burning building. The tracks outside suggest the residents left in a hurry. Roll a die. On a 1 to 2, something happens. On a 3 to 6, something else happens. Now, I'm going to leave this to chance and see what we end up getting. And we end up with a 6, so the higher odds were with that to happen. This was done by a different faction. Gain 1 motivation. What smoldering clue left among the ashes gives away the perpetrators? Okay, and with that we get our motivation back, so we're back to 3 of 6. And we will see what was going on in the ashes. As Draven approaches the burning building in the buildings in the wilds of Velos, the acrid smell of smoke fills the air, and the charred remains of what was once a thriving structure come into view. The chaotic scene tells a tale of hasty departure, as tracks leading away from the building indicate the fleeing residents' escape. Amidst the smoldering wreckage, Draven's sharp eyes catch a glimpse of a distinct emblem partially melted by the intense heat of the flames. Brushing away the ash-covered debris, Draven uncovers a fragmented metal plate bearing the unmistakable symbol of an intertwined gear and olive branch. This emblem is synonymous with the New Uprising, a faction known for their resistance against the oppressive rule of the Old Empire. The melted edges of the emblem indicate that it was purposely placed amidst the burning wreckage, a deliberate message left by the New Uprising to symbolize their defiance and solidarity with the displaced residents. As Draven examines the scorched metal plate, a sense of unease washes over him. The involvement of the New Uprising raises concern about the escalating tension between the faction and the Old Empire. The involvement of the New Uprising raises concerns about the escalating tension between this faction and the Old Empire, and the potential repercussions for the people of Velos. The smoldering clue left among the ashes serves as a grim reminder of the ongoing struggle for power and the constant threat of conflict in the volatile environment. It reinforces the significance of Draven's mission to apprehend Myrix Venomtil, whose actions have further complicated the delicate balance between the Old Empire, the New Uprising, and the Trade Alliance, putting the fate of Velos in the balance. Alright, now to move on to destination number 3. Let's see where we end up. Hopefully we don't go back to Zephyr Station. Alright, you arrive in a small outpost or enclave run by the challenging faction. I believe we go back to Zephyr Station again. Yeah, it looks like once again we go back to Zephyr Station. For whatever reason, Draven really has it in for this place and probably thinks that there's someone here that definitely knows about Myrix. Alright, so what are we choosing here? Search for anyone who might know and gain a favor, or speak with a local who works here and then rest to gain 1 motivation. I suppose we'll do a search action again and try and gain 1 more favor. Alright, so we are searching for someone who might know Myrix. We find a hostile who has been paid to try and slow us down. 1 star. How do they make the confrontation seem like it was your fault? Okay, well, we have 1 star here. Since we don't have to do one or the other, we're going to definitely do ranged combat, which is going to give us a starting 4 and a starting 3 defense, and then that will reduce to 3 and 2 each. So let's go ahead and roll our dice to see what's going on. Once again, left is me, right is the hostile. Alright, so we have a 2 and 1. Right off the bat, this is going to be a win for us regardless. So 1 plus the initial 4 will give us a 5, and then 2 plus the 1 is a 3. So this is an automatic success for us, and we win defeating the hostile. What makes this seem like this confrontation was our fault? As Draven explores the bustling streets of the Zephyr district once again, his keen senses alert him to a looming presence. A figure emerges from the shadows, a hostile with a sneer etched across their face. It becomes evident that this individual has been paid to impede Draven's progress and hinder his search for Myrix Venomtil. Without hesitation, the hostile launches an attack seeking to fulfill their nefarious contract. In the midst of this intense confrontation, the hostile cunningly attempts to shift blame onto Draven, spewing false accusations and manipulating the chaotic scene. They feign innocence, playing the victim and sowing seeds of doubt in the minds of onlookers. With a twisted narrative, they twist the events to make it appear as if Draven is the instigator, that he provoked the altercation through unwarranted aggression. Though Draven emerges victorious from the skirmish, sparing the life of the defeated hostile, he remains keenly aware of the cunning tactics employed by his adversaries. The hostile's attempt to portray Draven as the aggressor adds another layer of complexity to his mission, as he must now contend with not only the physical challenges but also the manipulative mind games orchestrated by those who wish to protect Myrix Venomtil and hinder his pursuit of justice. So, as you heard in the narrative there, we are going to spare this hostile's life because we want to know why they did this, hence the ending of that narrative. So not only are we going to go ahead and gain 1 favor for successfully searching for someone, we're also going to gain, I believe, 1 more favor for sparing. Yes, so actually we will be gaining 2 favor here, which is great because now we will be getting +3 on any talking narratives and whatnot. Alright, so we are now up to 2 favor here, and we have completed our 3rd return to the Zephyr District, and hopefully this is the last one. Let's move on to encounter number 4. Alright, leaving Zephyr District, let's see where our explorations lead us to. Oh, we get a special event here. Let's see what our special event is. Gain 1 momentum. What peaceful locale activity do you spend time observing? And because of our peaceful local activity, we gain 1 momentum. We are now up to 4 out of 6 momentum, which is super helpful. We need to figure out what we spend time observing. As Draven wanders away from the bustling streets of the Zephyr District, he stumbles upon a serene and captivating sight. He comes across a tranquil courtyard adorned with vibrant flowers and ornate fountains, where a group of locals have gathered. They are engaged in an art of meditation, their bodies poised in graceful positions as they find solace and inner peace. Draven is drawn to the stillness and harmony that permeates the atmosphere. He observes with a mixture of curiosity and admiration as the participants, eyes closed and minds focused, delve into a state of deep introspection. The rhythmic sounds of their synchronized breathing and the gentle movements of their bodies create a mesmerizing symphony of tranquility. In this moment of respite, Draven finds himself captivated by the grace and serenity that emanate from the meditative practice. The sight of individuals seeking inner balance and clarity amidst the chaotic world resonate deeply with him, reminding him of the importance of finding inner peace amidst the turmoil of his own mission. And with that meditative practice coming to an end for Draven, he finds himself wandering to another destination here on Velos. And we arrive somewhere else finally. Let's see if we get some more luck here for Draven. You arrive at a fortified base or palace run by the controlling faction. Resolve both. Right, so first of all, let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Alright, so we need to figure out a fortified base or palace. Anything here that says fortified base or palace. Corporate headquarters could be a pretty good fortified base or palace. Not the spaceport. Maybe the research facility. Yeah, I really like the Orion Corporation headquarters, so we're going to go with that. We're going to say this is run by the old Empire. Okay, so we've decided to go to the Orion Corporation headquarters. Gain 1 notoriety. If it's higher than 4, which is not, we don't get approached by a guard. And then we roll twice on the Destinations Events table. Now we have 1 bit of notoriety, and then we roll twice on the Destinations table. Rolling 1d6 for the first Destinations table, that will be number 5, and then the last Destinations event will be number 6. Alright, so for our first destination event, we get a legendary warrior or skilled combatant is rumored to reside in this location. Choose 1. Challenge the warrior to a duel, gaining 1 notoriety. How do you fare in the fight and what do you learn? Or seek training or guidance from the warrior. Gain 1 favor. What valuable combat techniques or wisdom do they impart to you? Considering that we're doing pretty good for ourselves so far and we have such a high impact on the first round of combat, I think we're going to go for gaining the notoriety here. So we're going to go ahead and challenge the warrior to a duel. We'll gain 1 notoriety, putting us up to 2, and then we get to decide how we fare in the fight and what do we learn from the encounter. Draven, filled with determination and a thirst for challenge, steps into the renowned Orion Corporation headquarters to face the legendary warrior rumored to reside within its walls. Calling out this legendary warrior, they appear soon, and the atmosphere crackles with anticipation as the duel begins, drawing the attention of onlookers and earning Draven a notable reputation among them. The battle's fierce, but both combatants, showcasing their formidable skills and unwavering determination. Draven, with his agile movements and strategic approach, proves to be a formidable adversary. However, he faces an opponent who has honed their combat prowess over many years, their every strike precise and calculated. Despite the intensity of the duel, Draven's resilience and unwavering resolve enables him to hold his ground. While he may not emerge as the outright victor, he manages to earn the respect and recognition of his opponent and those who witness the spectacle. In the process, he gains invaluable insight into different combat techniques, tactics, and the mindset of a seasoned warrior, further enhancing his own skills and the understanding of the art of combat. From this encounter, Draven learns the value of humility and the endless journey of self-improvement. He recognizes the true mastery comes not only from raw strength but also from the willingness to learn and adapt. Inspired by the legendary warrior's skill and discipline, Draven finds renewed motivation to sharpen his abilities. He refine his techniques and embrace the challenge that lie ahead on his quest to apprehend Myrix Venomtil. With that event over, we now move on to the second of two here at the Orion Corporation, and we find it to be an ongoing celebration or festival is taking place. So this is probably what was going on with the combat in the middle of a corporation building. So an ongoing celebration or festival is taking place, attracting people from all over. Choose one, participate in the festival and gain 1 motivation, or remain aloof from the celebration and gain 1 favor. Well, he is aloof, Draven, so we might as well go with that one. What personal reasons lead you to distance yourself from the joyous occasion? As the festival unfolds with vibrant colors, joyful laughter, and lively music, Draven finds himself withdrawn and detached from the merriment surrounding him. Despite the infectious energy and the genuine smiles that fill the air, he keeps his distance, observing the festivals from the outskirts. There are personal reasons that fuel Draven's decision to remain aloof. Hidden beneath his aloof demeanor, memories of a past betrayal and the subsequent loss of trust linger within him. The revelry of the festival serves as a stark contrast to the weight of his burden and the darkness that still shadows his past. The festivities, with their carefree ambience, remind Draven of the vulnerability that accompanies genuine connection and the potential for that connection to be shattered. His experiences have taught him the importance of remaining vigilant, guarding his emotions, and not letting his guard down easily. Amidst the celebration, he finds solace in his solitude, using it as a shield to protect himself from potential hurt and disappointment. By keeping his distance, Draven maintains a sense of control over his emotions and actions, shielding himself from the vulnerabilities that can arise when one embraces the warmth and camaraderie of such gatherings. While others revel in the joyous occasion, he remains focused on his mission, resolute in the determination to fulfill his purpose and bring justice to those who have wronged him. And due to remaining aloof, we gain 1 favor. We are now maxed out, and it's a good thing I avoided the favor last time. So let's see where we get to in our next exploration event now that these are finished. And for our 5th exploration, let's see where we end up getting to. Oh, we have another special event. Let's see what we end up getting here. Oh, we have another peaceful event going on. Now, just to be fair, you have seen this for the 3rd time now. I did go through previously on the 2nd event and check to make sure that this table was rolling randomly, and it is. But the problem is that there's only 3 random special events, so at some point I need to make an extra one. So, unfortunately, we get to witness another peaceful local activity that we spend time observing for 1 momentum. So we are now up to 5 of 6 momentum, or motivation, and we get to see now what we spend time observing. As Draven ventures away from the bustling atmosphere of the Orion Corporation headquarters, he stumbles upon a serene and tranquil scene in the nearby vicinity. His eyes are drawn to a group of artisans meticulously sculpting intricate statues out of stone, pouring their passion and creativity into their craft. Intrigued by their dedication and the artistry displayed in their work, Draven finds himself captivated by the process. He watches as the sculptors shape the rough stone, slowly chiseling away the excess to reveal the hidden beauty within. The precision and focus with which they wield their tools resonate deeply within him. As he observes the artisan's careful craftsmanship, Draven feels a renewed sense of motivation ignite him within. Their unwavering commitment to their art reflects the dedication he holds for his own mission. Just as they painstakingly shape the stone to create something remarkable, he is reminded of his purpose, to carve a path of justice and redemption. The sight of the artisan's unwavering passion and the transformative power of their artistry inspires Draven to embrace his own skills and strengths. Their creative endeavor reminds him of the significance of his journey, motivating him to continue his quest with unwavering determination, knowing that his actions have the potential to shape a brighter future and bring about the justice he seeks. Now, that was an interesting one. Let's see what happens with our next destination. Alright, now that Draven's done watching the sculptors, he moves through the wilds and comes to a new destination. Where does he end up going? Well, he comes to a small outpost or enclave run by the Minor faction. Choose one. Alright, well, first of all, we need to find out who the Minor faction is going to be. Well, we know that. It's the new uprising, but who is controlling the area? We're looking for a small outpost or enclave run by the Trade Alliance. So, somewhere in here, we need to pick one of these that is a Trade Alliance-like. And I would say either the Nexus Plaza, or the Synthetic Manufacturing Plant. I think Nexus Plaza will be the best option here. Alright, and then we shall search for anyone who might know our target to gain a favor, or speak with a local to gain 1 motivation. Considering that we are already maxed out on favor, let's go ahead and speak with a local who works here, and then rest to gain 1 motivation. But first, we need to challenge them to see if we are acceptable enough to talk to. Because our favor is maxed out at 6, we get a +3 to this roll. And as always, the left roll is mine. Alright, and that results in a 4, +3 is a 7, and the local has a 1. So we easily speak with them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the speak table to see what we end up getting speaking with a local. Alright. They run an underground resistance movement against both factions. What strategies do they employ, and how do they envision a future beyond the war? We're fighting against both sides. Our goal is to dismantle the system of endless conflict and build something better. And the leader of the resistance movement goes on to say, we're fighting against both sides. Our goal is to dismantle the system of endless conflict and build something better. The leader of the underground resistance movement declares, their voice laced with determination and conviction. They go on to share the strategies employed by their group to challenge the oppressive rule of the old empire and the new uprising. The resistance movement operates through a network of secret safe houses, hidden communications channels, and clandestine meetings. They prioritize intelligence gathering, aiming to expose corruption, unveil hidden truths, and reveal the extent of the manipulation perpetuated by both factions. Through acts of sabotage, covert operations, and strategic disruption, they aim to destabilize the existing power of structure and create opportunities for change. But their vision extends beyond mere resistance. Their leader envisions a future beyond the weary cycles of conflict, where harmony, justice, and freedom prevail. They speak of a world where the divisions between factions are bridged, where cooperation replaces rivalry, and where the collective well-being takes precedence over an individual gain. They emphasize the importance of unity, equality, and mutual understanding in forging this new path. Their ultimate goal is to build a society that values the inherent worth of every individual, where diverse perspectives are embraced and collaboration leads to progress. They believe in empowering communities, fostering education, and promoting sustainable practices. In their vision, the scars of the past are healed, and a future of peace and prosperity becomes a tangible reality. As Draven listens to the leader's impassioned words, a flicker of hope ignites within him. Their vision aligns with his own desire to break free from the chains of conflict and create a better world. Inspired by their determination and commitment to positive change, Draven contemplates how he can contribute to the collective effort, knowing that together they can strive towards a future that transcends the strife and bring about a new era of hope and unity. And now that we've finished speaking with the local, we go ahead and gain our motivation. We are now capped out at 6 of 6 for both favor and motivation with 2 notoriety. Now that we've left the Nexus Plaza, let's move on and figure out where we're going next. No. There's no sign of your target, but something interrupts your hunt. Roll once on the exploration table. Well, we need to figure out what table we're looking at here, and we're going to look at number 4, which gives us... You discover an underground network of tunnels, believed to be the hideout of a notorious criminal gang. Choose one, infiltrate the gang's hideout and gather valuable intel, gaining 1 favor, or confront the gangs head-on and, let's see here, gain 1 notoriety. What infamous reputation does this gang hold for the criminal underworld here? Well, we need the notoriety, so we're going to go ahead and take this for encounter number 6. We're going to go ahead and fight. So we confront the gang head-on, engage in a fierce battle of 2 stars and 1 heart. So that puts me again at 4 stars and 3 hearts initially, and then we will have 3 stars and 2 hearts after round 1. Now, because this doesn't tell me whether or not we are fighting ranged or melee, I'm just going to go ahead and go for ranged. So, with that, let's begin combat here. Round number 1. Left is me, right is them. Well, right off the bat, with 2 6s, that means I win, because I have 4 initially, which will give me a 10, and that puts them at 2, giving them an 8, and that reduces their hearts to 0. So they have no more hearts, and the leader of this gang has no defenses. So let's go ahead and go into round 2 of combat to see what we get here. Next we have a 2 and a 1. My dice have dropped from 4 to 3 here for ranged combat, so that's going to put me at 3 plus 1 is a 4, and then that is 2 and 2 for them, also puts them in a 4. So because we're now at round 2 of combat, my defenses have dropped to 2. I'm going to take that damage instead of rolling on motivation here and just take it. Once I get down to the last bit of damage or no more defenses, I think I'll go for motivation then. So they'll take that round, and we'll go ahead and roll again. So let's see here. Double 4s. This puts me in the lead by 1. So regardless, I win this second round of combat. They did get 1 hit on me, but because they only had 1 point of defense and then 1 hit themselves, we go ahead and take the win here. So because this wasn't a hostile of sorts, we're going to go ahead and just gain the 1 notoriety here. So now we are at 3 notoriety and should begin to encounter leads pretty soon. Alright, now let's deal with the last bit here. The gang that Draven confronts in the underground network of tunnels on Velos is known as the Dark Stream Syndicate. They hold an infamous reputation in the criminal underworld for their expertise in cybercrime and high-tech heists. Renowned for their mastery of hacking, encryption, and infiltration, the Dark Stream Syndicate has been responsible for some of the most audacious and technological advanced criminal operations on Velos. Their notoriety stems from their ability to breach the most secure systems, bypass advanced security protocols, and exploit cutting-edge technology for their illicit gains. The Dark Stream Syndicate is known for orchestrating large-scale data breaches, stealing valuable corporate secrets, and manipulating financial markets using their unparalleled cyber skills. Their crimes go beyond mere theft, as they possess a unique talent for disrupting communication networks, sabotaging infrastructure, and even manipulating artificial intelligence systems to their advantage. Their illicit activities have caused significant disruptions in the high-tech landscapes of Velos, shaking the foundations of the powerful corporations and challenging the authority of the ruling factions. The Darkstream Syndicate operates with extreme secrecy, relying on a tightly knit network of skilled hackers, technologists, and mercenaries. Their reputation as elusive, resourceful, and technological sophisticated criminals strikes fear into the hearts of both law enforcement agencies and rival criminal organizations. Crossing paths with the Darkstream Syndicate is seen as a dangerous encounter, and their defeat at the hands of Draven further solidifies his growing reputation as a formidable force to be reckoned with on Velos. Draven's victory against the Darkstream Syndicate not only eliminates a notorious criminal threat, but also sends ripples throughout the criminal underworld, signaling a shift in power dynamics and showcasing Draven's prowess as a relentless hunter of justice. Having defeated the gang here on Velos, Draven moves on to his next destination, and hoping to find Myrix Venomtil somewhere down the line. And with that, let's find out where we go to next on Velos. We arrive in a small outpost or enclave run by the minor faction, so it looks like we're going back to the Nexus Plaza to maybe find some more details and speak with someone. Considering we have maxed out favor and motivation, I think we'll go with the search here and see what happens in the Nexus Plaza. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little quick search to see if we can find anything out. Again, nobody's seen your target, but you encounter a hostile. They have 1 star and 1 heart. How do you end up confronting or annoying someone here? Man, Draven is not great at this. But we know we have +4 stars and +3 defenses in the beginning, so let's go ahead and roll against the 1 star and 1 heart hostile. Alright, let's see here. With that, we can probably kill the hostile and get some more notoriety going on here for the next encounter. Okay, so let's see what we get here. A 2 and a 4. And the 2 belongs to me. With 4, that will give me, for the first round of combat, that'll give me a total of 6, and with their +1, they have a 5, so I win that first round of combat. Let's move on to round 2 of combat here and see how this hostile works out now they have no defenses. Alright, we have a 6 and a 2, and the 6 belongs to me, with 3 coming down from the 4, that is a total of 9, and +1 for the hostile with a 3. We end up defeating the hostile, and let's take a look at the rules real quick for winning a battle. Okay, so we have a hostile here, and I think just to start working up other things, because we don't need the favor, we're going to go ahead and kill this hostile to gain the notoriety here, which will bump us up from 3 to 4. Let's see now what happens about how we end up confronting and annoying someone here. As Draven continues his search for information about Myrix's whereabouts in the Nexus Plaza, he catches the attention of a mysterious figure lurking in the shadows. Unbeknownst to Draven, this figure is a highly skilled assassin who has been hired to impede his progress and eliminate him if necessary. The assassin, recognizing Draven as a potential threat, decides to confront him directly in a secluded alleyway. As Draven walks through the dimly lit alley, he senses an unsettling presence and notices a subtle movement in his peripheral vision. Acting swiftly, Draven instinctively reaches for his weapon, readying himself for the impending danger. Before he can react further, the assassin emerges from the shadows, drawing their sleek and deadly blaster. A tense shootout ensues as both Draven and the assassin exchange rapid-fire shots, seeking to gain the upper hand. Draven's honed reflexes and stealthy nature serve him well as he utilizes the environment to his advantage, using cover and shadows to evade the assassin's deadly aim. With precise marksmanship and strategic maneuvers, Draven outwits his adversary, delivering a decisive blow that brings the assassin down. In the aftermath of the intense encounter, Draven stands victorious, having eliminated the hostile threat that sought to impede his progress. The news of the confrontation quickly spreads throughout the Nexus Plaza, adding to Draven's growing reputation as a skilled and relentless warrior. The criminal underworld takes note of his prowess, increasing his notoriety as a force to be reckoned with. Draven's lethal encounter with the hostile assassin serves as a stark reminder that his pursuit of Myrix is not without risks. It reaffirms his dedication to the mission, sharpening his focus and determination to locate and apprehend the elusive target. The hostile's demise also sends a message to anyone who dares to stand in Draven's way, solidifying his reputation as a relentless hunter and a force that cannot be easily silenced. And with Destination 6 at the Nexus Plaza finished, I believe this is where we are going to pause this bounty hunt here for now. Come back next week as we continue the pursuit of Myrix Venomtil with Draven, the Wraith Nomad. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time, bounty hunters. Until then, remember, no disintegration rays.